Let me ask you a question. Why does it seem like it takes so long and so much of a personal investment to get good at selling, get good at sales? Why should it take so long, right? Doesn't seem to make any sense. Either somebody's a natural, they got the gift of the gab, so they say, or it takes this like really long 10-year grind to get good at it. Well, I'll answer that question for you right now. It's because you have no consistent sales process. People are not taught a consistent sales process. A, B, C, D, E. We know where we're going and where we're going to end up and what's going along the way. Without this, what happens? You go to technique. Well, what are most sales books full of if you ever look at a sales book or a sales tip video? Yeah, that's a technique, one technique. I don't know where that fits in to a process. Where do I use it, right? So this kind of thing means that you got to pick little things up here and there and hope and pray that you remember them during a sales conversation. How fast do those go in your subjective time, right? And hope that you can pull that out of your toolbox in time to use it and then use it right. This is a problem, So if your concentration is on the technical side of selling, then you're focusing on the wrong thing. You should be focusing on the conceptual side. Huh? What's that, Jason? Well, we'll answer that in this series. But the big takeaway I want you to have, the answer as to why sales seems to take so damn long to learn, is because you were not given a consistent sales process. And I have worked for multi-million-dollar, hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue companies, global companies, right, that do not have a consistent sales process. And the way that salesperson A is doing their job is totally different from the way salesperson B is doing her job across the hall. Think about that. It's terrifying. So, look, in my case, I'm going to tell you a quick story here. I got 10 years into my sales career before I asked myself the question, am I doing this right? Like, why is this taking so damn long to get good at? I was considered a pretty good technical salesperson, but all I had read was Tom Hopkins' How to Master the Art of Selling. And that is a chock-full book full of technical features and benefits, old school style selling, technical detail, right? Technique, 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 technique. Features, benefits, overcoming rebuttals with objections. You got to memorize, 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 and bring all this stuff up. And I hated that. It was no good for me, and I wasn't going to do it. So 10 years I got into my career before I woke up one day and said, wait, what? Why have I never asked this before? I don't know why I got some orders and not others. The day I realized that question was the day that my life in sales changed. I realized I didn't know why I got some orders but not others. And then, why would that be? I'm supposed to be good at sales, right? I've got all this experience. So I finally asked the question, how do I find out? And the answer was I had to learn a new style of selling. Unfortunately for me, there was a guy who advertised on the radio in my city, and I got that coaching, and it was still a 4-year investment. And I had to go twice a week into meetings and that kind of thing. So it still took a long time to get that kind of training. So I want to wipe that away. You do not have to spend years getting good at selling, all right? You can get good at selling in a very short time if I show you a consistent sales process that's simple, that doesn't really require memorization, that you can figure out, where am I? What's coming up next here? Very quickly. And so that you can be confident and self-assured, which is essential in a selling situation. Conceptually, you've got to be clear about what you're doing. Sure, you can go a little unsure for a while, but deep underneath that, you've got to have the confidence that what you're doing is right. And if you have no idea what you're doing and all you've got is this jumble of technical tips and tricks in your toolbox that are all disconnected and you reach in there, it's like, you ever seen those women's purses that are enormous, right? Their bag, and in there is just a million things. Sometimes I'll dump it out to try and find how long does that take? Can you do that in the middle of a sales conversation? So back to the question, why does it seem that sales take so darn long to get good at? And the answer is because you lack a consistent sales process, and that makes you focus on the wrong thing. Instead of conceptually, what is sales about? Who am I and what am I doing here? What are they doing here? You are focused on these technical tricks and tips and features and benefits, objections, rebuttals, You don't want any of that stuff, okay? So does that open up your mind a little bit about selling and what selling could be? Stick with these videos because I'm going to show you more about this new world of selling where you can learn how to sell quickly and effectively. You can be an honest, ethical person, but also effective. So stick around with this series. I'm going to help you see what a consistent sales process could look like and what a big difference it can make, how much faster it can get you to knowing what selling is and how to be effective and ethical at it so that you can get great results for your customers and for yourself. I'm Jason Kanigan, the founder of Sales on Fire. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.